Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Brookings Harbor and all the fishing boats at sea. I'm Cousin Bruce Ellis.
And I'm Kat Liddell.
And this is the Insider Report.
So let your ears do the walking as we fill you in on what's going on in the Brookings Harbor area and beyond.
Well, hello, and welcome to this week's show that keeps you in the know. Hiya, Kat.
Hey, Bruce.
How'd your weekend go?
I mean, it was a busy weekend for sure. Last night was spectacular. I went to a fundraiser for Harmony and Me Music at Blythe Family Farms up the South Bank, which they took an old piece of property and turned it into a flower farm up there, which it looks absolutely beautiful little event space. And a bunch of folks got together, raised some money for a good cause. I won a raffle item or two. It was always good. So this is good. Yeah.
I saw that just last minute the other day. It was finally popped up on Facebook. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I hope a lot of people got it.
Yeah.
So.
And I was going to say, it's a small venue. It only fits around 30, 40 guests max. So they've had no problem packing that venue. Yeah.
I think between family and friends, it covers a lot too.
I was lucky to get a spot, actually.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, great. I'm glad they had success because I was worried about the timing on the promotion on it, as we were talking earlier about, if it goes good, it goes good. Sometimes you don't want to have a whole 100 people showing up.
That's one of those venues where it's like you'd have a bit of a problem if you had that many people.
That makes sense.
It is definitely by invite only to a space like that.
Very cool.
There you go. Yeah, but it was gorgeous flowers. So nice sunset. Everything was vibing so good. Yeah, it was a good time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're getting all ready. You guys are in the Azalea Festival. The library's got some stuff going on. Right?
Every year.
We're going to be talking about
every
stuff.
Year.
The book
sale. Always. I mean, I'm gonna be in Washington, but they can have fun.
You're taking off. That's right.
Cause. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Going up to see my loved ones up there. Gonna go have some fun.
Right on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll be going solo unless Brother Jason comes on board with me on Monday if he's available. But that'll be great. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good times. Good times. Well. It was Junior's birthday on Thursday, and he wasn't feeling good last week at all. But he got his stuff. He got everything he wanted. He was happy. He's had a quiet birthday. He didn't want to have a party anyways. He's I don't know. He's turned 11. Okay,
my gosh.
And he just is like, I just want to have my own groove thing, Papa. And I'm like going, okay, I just want to do that. I go, dude, don't you want a party? You get more presents. You hang with your buddies. A cake, blah, blah. No. Low key, don't want anything, and everything. That just what he wanted. He wanted 3 action figurines because he's getting all into the film thing too. And he wants to do some animation on his thing and film it,
Nice.
A YouTube thing and everything. So he's been working on everything. So he got that. He got an Xbox because he needed to get an Xbox. So we hooked him up. Yeah. So that's what I did right there.
I was going to say, that's quite the birthday haul there. Yeah.
But I got a surprise going on here. I had an epiphany. I'm sitting there scrolling on Facebook on those reels. And all of a sudden, and if you stare at one a while, give it 30 seconds, then all of a sudden they'll pop up more like it. So I saw this one that was at a senior center, and they were doing these games, that they had created, and stuff like that there. And and I saw that, and I watched it for a while, and then all of a sudden it started popping up.
More stuff.
Different senior places and everything. And all of a sudden I woke up and had an epiphany, and I'm creating the Insider of Southern Oregon Senior Games that'll be held at Seaview. But what we got right now, the ones that they're already on board, we're having a meeting this Monday so we can figure out, this Thursday, so we can figure out the times, but what we're doing is a preliminary at Azalea, and I get top 3 people there.
Alrighty.
Azalea Gardens, and then I'll go do preliminaries at the Seaview and get the top 3 there. Then on a weekend, I'm planning on doing it on a Saturday so we can get families and everything. Then we have a get-together, and they compete. And I've got these I created all these games that I kind of took off and kind of modified, and I'm making them really classy and nice so that they last, so we can do a yearly thing. And I've got a first and second place trophy that'll blow your mind. I'll have all the information, but I've already got I got gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals because each category, there's 6 of them. And so there'll be 3 people winners in each one of those. And then after it's all added up at the end, all the points and everything are added up, then we determine our 3 winners, the gold, silver, and brass, that will be going over to compete with each other. So I got it all set up, all the rules, everything's all good. Yeah. It was just weird. I'm sitting there going, I was telling Chrissy, I go, well, we got another Insider Southern Oregon event. I said, but this one's just really cool, and it's like a good, just good vibe, thing going. I love going over. I went over and entertained at Azalea Gardens, and just my comedy and my poems and all that, and had some, and the people loved it. They had a good time, and I noticed all of a sudden there's there's musicians, there's other entertainers in town that are going and doing that all the time. And I think that is fabulous. And now I'm getting in on it because I dig it. But this games is going to be awesome. It's going to be really cool. So I look forward to that. So next Monday, I'll have the, you won't be here, but I'll have the dates and everything on when it will be. We're going to have a poster going in the paper for June. I plan on doing it in July, so we have a nice promotional time.
Almost like a riff on the Summer Olympics a little bit.
Yes, that's what it is, basically. So I came up with a Senior Olympics, but we'll just call it the Senior Games. And it's just like some fun games, just like pulling a balsa wood horse on top of it and reeling it with your hands like that in, and who gets it first, and then throwing a string out with a beanbag on it on a pole onto plates. Paper plates, and then you drag them towards you and stuff. So I got a Nerf gun one that they shoot a Nerf into a target, and you can keep score. It's beautiful. It's great. I just modified some of these games, but it's cool that was going on all around the place. And I'm going, well, now we're bringing it here to Brookings. That'll be fun. And we'll get the other centers involved in it and everything too. I'm sure down the line as soon as we do this first one.
That'd be really nice.
It's going to be fun. And they got a nice trophy. They'll have their pictures with the gold medal, with their medals like sitting there and sitting next to the trophy. It'll be great. So that's what I did this weekend. I was working on that.
It's very fruitful.
Having fun, so it was cool. So anyways, I hope you all got out there and had some fun, and we got all kinds of stuff going on still.
Yeah.
Including the Azalea Festival Weekend coming up here, which is going to start this whole shenanigans going. So before we get going, I'd like to thank Oregon South Coast Fishermen, otherwise known as the Castaways, and Oregon Coast VIP Marketing for sponsoring the Insider Report. And if you'd like to sponsor our show or one of the other fine shows here at KCIW, just go to kciw.org and you will be on your merry way. Right. And now we got a little music schedule.
Let's take a peek at music for the rest of May, starting with the Tony Land Band, playing on the 30th at Kuntai from 6 to 8.
Yes, and on the Rogue Strings, they'll be playing on the 23rd at Groundlings Pizza, 6 to 8. And then on the 30th, there'll be a One King Entertainment Street Festival playing from 3:15 to 4:15.
And then Cisco is playing on the 21st over at Seaview Senior Living from noon to 1:30. And on the 29th, he's going to be playing at the Chetco Activity Center from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, and the Mighty Steelheads will be playing on the 22nd at Inateca at 7, and on the 23rd, there'll be a Azalea Festival to be announced.
And the Italian guys are playing on the 23rd at Inateca at 7 p.m.
Yep, and then Black GTO on the 29th, they'll be at Inateca at 7, and on the 30th, there'll be at Pornopite South, 7 p.m.
Yeah, and then Disturbing the Peace. It's a big day for music on the 23rd. Yeah. They're playing on the 23rd at Chetco Brewing Co. at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, Azalea Festival Weekend. Here we go. Gray Matter Revival. They'll be playing on the 23rd at Azalea Festival Band Show at 2 p.m.
And then Mike Powell and Friends, the weekend after on the 30th, they're playing at Umbrella Farms from noon to 2.
Yep, and then in Ateca, they got on the 20th, we got Comedy Night with Anthony Lloyd at 7. On the 22nd, they got the Mighty Steelheads at 7. On the 23rd, we got the Italian guys at 7. And on the 29th, got Black GTO at 7. And on the 30th, it's Morgan and Schmitz, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
All right. So that's it for music for May. And now let's head into some events happening at the Chetco Library, located at 405 Alder Street in Brookings. Let's start with their weekly lineup. How about on Mondays, 5:30 p.m., they have a free Qigong class. This is with licensed instructor Linny, and all are welcome. Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m., they've got story time for young children. And at 3:30 p.m., they have a tween club for youth ages 10 to 13. They do new activities and fun stuff every week long. And then Wednesdays, 9:30 a.m., there is a morning Qigong class. Again, it's a free class with a licensed instructor. And then Wednesdays, 1:30 to 4, they have continuing into June their after-school program. It's drop-in activities for school-aged kids. And then Thursdays from 10 to noon, they have the Rowdy Creek String Band open rehearsal for acoustic string instrument players. 5:30 p.m. on Thursdays, they have their Easy Flow Yoga. This is a free class, and they do recommend that you be able to comfortably get up and down from the floor to participate in this one. Then Fridays at 10:30 a.m., they have Threads, Hooks, and Needles. This is a fiber arts club for knitters, sewers, and more. And then Saturdays, of course, they've also got another lineup. At 10:30 a.m., they have another story time for young children. That's Saturdays, 10:30 a.m. And then on Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the older kids, they've got Saturday Shuffle. You can play and trade Pokemon cards with guidance from experienced player David. All right. And there's still some ongoing special events at the Chetco Library. And an all-month-long project has become an all-year-long project. They're continuing the Beyond 250 Oral History Project. They're seeking people to interview throughout the rest of 2026. And anyone who's ever called Brookings Harbor home is welcome to participate, no matter how long you've been in the area. You can learn more about this oral history project and sign up to be interviewed at chetcolibrary.org/beyond 250. And then on Wednesday, the 20th, coming up this week, they're hosting a special event, Mad Hatter's Tea Party. You can wear your favorite fantasy costume or come as your original fantastic self and join library staff for fun activities and kid-friendly refreshments in the youth section. Then on Thursday, the 21st at 3:30 p.m., they've got their monthly Lego Club. This is an after-school afternoon meetup in the youth section for all Lego enthusiasts. And then it is finally here, May 21st through the 26th this year is the Azalea Festival Book Sale. The Friends of the Library is hosting a massive book sale in the Forest Room. And to get full hours or more info, they're inviting you to call the Friends of the Library bookstore, which is located right across the street from the library. They can be reached at 541-412-0481. And then coming up at the end of the month on Wednesday, May 28th at 5:30, they are hosting They Called Us Enemy, One Book, One Coast book discussion. This is going to be a community discussion of George Takei's memoir, They Called Us Enemy. This is part of their One Book, One Coast 2026 series of events. And leaders from the library's ongoing Pub Grub Book Club and Look Back Book Clubs are going to host a panel discussion about the book, followed by a community Q&A. We're asking people to help us plan by RSVPing. You can find a link to RSVP at chetco.librarycalendar.com. Having a head count in advance is a real big help. Also on Wednesday, the 28th at 5:30, at the library itself, they're having a community drumming circle. You can drop in for community and expression through percussion. And if you don't have a drum, you're invited to drop in and clap your hands to the beat. And then coming up on the 29th and 30th of May, it's another library escape room. This one's Arsene's Masterpiece. The library's turning the River Room into an all-ages escape room. You can sign up for a spot to solve this art heist-themed puzzle at chetco.librarycalendar.com. Spots are limited and registration is required, so make sure to check out the calendar for a link to register. Then rounding out the month on the 30th at 10:30 a.m., there's a free disaster preparedness workshop with the Red Cross. You can join local Red Cross volunteers for a free class on home fire safety and prevention. And finally, last day of the month, May 31st at 2 o'clock, rounding out their One Book, One Coast series of events. They're going to be having an author talk watch party with George Takei. The library's inviting folks to join them in front of the big screen at Chetco Brewing Co. while they live stream George Takei's author talk from the LA County Library. George is going to be discussing his memoir, They Called Us Enemy, wrapping up this year's series of events. And then there's just a couple of book clubs left for the month of May. On Wednesday, the 27th at 4 o'clock, there's a Comic Quest book club. This is a comics book club for tweens and young teens. And in May, the club members are reading and discussing Wings of Fire, Moon Rising by Tui T. Sutherland. And on the 30th at 1 p.m., they have the Book Talk Book Club. Every final Saturday of the month, adults can read and discuss the books going viral on social media. And this month, the club members are reading and discussing Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. Hey, all library-led events and programs are free to attend, whether or not you have a library card. You can find more information about library events, services, programs, collections, everything they have to offer the community at chetco.librarycalendar.com by following them on Facebook. Or you can always give them a call at 541-469-7738.
And you guys are closed on Memorial Day.
And yes, a good note to be aware of, the library will be closed. Actually, the main library, because the book sale's going on in the Forest Room. It's May 23rd through the 25th. That's Saturday through Monday of Memorial Day weekend. The main library is going to be closed. The Forest Room, that large meeting room, is going to be open for the book sale.
From noon to 4, it says.
Yep. They've got some special hours there.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, now it's time for Famous Quotes with Cousin Bruce.
Yeah, here are a few quotes from musician, songwriter Bob Dylan. He was born May 24th, 1941. He says, focuses on authenticity, creating oneself rather than finding oneself, and living purposely. He not busy being born is busy dying. He goes, there's nothing so stable as change. And last but not least, some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Hope you enjoyed this week's quotes from Bob Dylan with Cousin Bruce. Till next week, hey, have a great one. Yeah.
All righty.
Your words are said.
Well, hey, let's take another look here from the Chetco Library. Just another reminder, it's no longer just a spring project. The library is working on Beyond 250 Living History in Brookings Harbor, and due to sustained interest, they're going to be accepting interviews throughout the rest of 2026. They're looking for storytellers for this local oral history project, and anyone who's ever called Brookings Harbor home, whether past or present, we want to hear from you and hear about your lived experiences in the Brookings Harbor community. To sign up to interview, you can visit chetcolibrary.org, or you can call 541-469-7738.
Be a part of Brookings history.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Curry County Master Gardener Association's got a plant clinic going on at the Chetco Community Public Library. Doing it now through 10/29 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every third Monday of the month. You can bring your gardening questions to the Master Gardeners. You can call for more information on this at 541-247-6672, extension 7.
And then just another PSA reminder here. The library is continuing their One Book, One Coast series of events through May of this year. This is called the West Coast's largest book club, connecting communities across 3 states. So the library's joined more than almost 200 library systems now across Oregon, California, and Washington to come together and read the same book over the course of the spring. And this year, they're reading and discussing They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, Stephen Scott, and Justin Eisinger, illustrated by Harmony Becker. And this is They Called Us Enemy is a powerful graphic memoir by George Takei that reflects on civil liberties, democracy, and what it means to be American, both historically and today. Extra physical copies of the book are available to borrow at the library. There's also unlimited digital copies of the ebook available through June 6th on both the Libby and the Hoopla app. Those are reading apps offered for free by the library. And through this shared reading experience, communities are encouraged to explore themes of identity, patriotism, family, loyalty, and resilience, while strengthening connections through dialogue and learning. And for the last 2 big events for this month, the Chetco Library is going to lead a community book discussion at Chetco Brewing on Railroad Street in Brookings. This is going to happen at 5:30 p.m. on May 27th. And then there's going to be that live author talk watch party on the 31st of May, also at Chetco Brewing at 2 p.m. You can learn more by visiting chetcolibrary.org for more information and find links to their full listing of events and activities and how to get connected with a copy of that book.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's happening. That's exciting stuff going on there.
Yeah, people have been really engaged. It's been really cool to see people doing that. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to turn this into a movie, too. I can't imagine them not. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, hell, Norte Habitat for Humanity has a spring golf tournament going on at Salmon Run Golf Course. This is happening on the 23rd. 9 a.m. Join them for a great cause. Habitat is working on building its 8th home in Del Norte County. The public support will help make this worthy cause happen. There'll be raffles, 18-hole scramble, goodie buckets, prizes, food, and fun. To donate, you can call Patty Adams at 707-951-5377.
All right. And as promised, we're getting into talking about some stuff happening this Azalea Festival weekend. Starting off with, there's going to be an Azalea Festival dance party in the park. Of course, this is happening at Azalea Park in Brookings. It's going to happen on the 22nd of May from 7 to 10 p.m. And in addition to food, there will be a beer garden.
There you go. That always goes well. Hey, Azalea Festival Parade downtown Brookings is happening on the 23rd from 10 a.m. to noon. Floats and fun, and the whole town turns out. So there you go.
And then the Manley Art Center at 433 Oak Street has their annual Azalea Festival art show happening all weekend from the 22nd through the 24th. So Friday and Saturday, the hours for that art show are going to be 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. And in addition to art exhibitions, there's going to be kids' activities, refreshments, and a silent auction.
Just parties all over town. There we go. Hey, an Azalea Festival Festival Flower Show will be going on at the Brookings Botanical Garden located on Highway 101 and North Bank, happening on 23rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then on the 24th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah, and then more parties happening at Azalea Park through the weekend. This one's the Rock the Park event on the 23rd from noon to 5 p.m. It's going to have the Elks Barbecue as well as a beer garden by Misty Mountain. At noon, there's going to be a DJ. At 1 p.m., there's the Festival Award Ceremony and live music. Live music for this event, 2 p.m. is Gray Matter Revival. 3 p.m. is the Mighty Steelheads. And again, there's going to be that Elks Barbecue and a beer garden.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Azalea Festival Sunday in the park at Azalea Park will be happening on the 24th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. From 9 to 11, there'll be a community church service. Then at noon, there'll be food and drinks being served up. Then 1 to 3, they got Brookings Got Talent contest going on. And then at 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., they got live music with country band Monument Road.
Mm-hmm. And then the 32nd Annual Benefit Car Show is taking place at the Port of Brookings Harbor on the 24th of May. From 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m., it's registration. Judging will go from 9 a.m. to 11:10 a.m. So it looks like they're encouraging an early registration there.
Yeah.
Noon to 2 p.m., there's going to be live music with the Shark Tones. And at 3 o'clock, they've got their awards presentation. It's going to feature classic cars, hot rods, motorcycles, an hourly raffle, a 50-50 drawing, as well as a silent auction, apparel, vendors, and guess what? Another beer garden.
I love to throw them beer gardens in, I tell you. Okay, so I like beer gardens.
Oh, man. All right, take it away, Bruce.
Hey, Cedar Bend Golf Course located at 391 Cedar Valley Road up in Gold Beach. And Vintage Vinyl is presenting free music concert at the course. This is happening on May 30th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's featuring Eric Thomas. He'll be playing the mandolin, electric lead and vocals, Ray Romero, guitar and vocals, and Sharon Gwynn, guitar and vocals. There'll be tables and chairs there to sit at, and bars and snacks available. I'll get it in a minute. Yeah.
Places to sit are very important.
Beer garden, but it's a bar, so.
I was going to say, there's libations to be had throughout the month of May. All right. Yeah. And hey, the second annual One King Music Festival is taking place at Port-au-Prince in South Crescent City, also on that day, on the 30th, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., so full day of that.
And they are the beer garden, so there you go.
And that is from a literal beer purveyor. Yes, yeah, there you go. All righty. Well, hey, now it's time for a bit of real history with Bushwhacker Bruce.
Right. G'day, Kat. G'day, mates. Bushwhacker Bruce here. Welcome to this week's Bit of Real History for your knowledge pleasure. On August 25th, 1835, the first in a series of 6 articles announcing the supposed discovery of life on the moon appears in the New York Sun newspaper. Known collectively as the Great Moon Hoax, the articles were supposedly reprinted from the Edinburgh Journal of Science. The byline was Dr. Andrew Grant, described as a colleague of Sir John Herschel, a famous astronomer of the day. Herschel had in fact traveled to Cape Town, South Africa in January 1834 to set up an observatory with a powerful new telescope. Well, as Grant described it, Herschel had found evidence of life forms on the moon, including such fantastic animals as unicorns, 2-legged beavers, and furry winged humanoids resembling bats. The articles also offered vivid description of the moon's geography, complete with massive craters, enormous amethyst crystals, rushing rivers, and lush vegetation. The New York Sun, founded in 1833, was one of the new penny press papers that appealed to a wider audience with a cheaper price and a more narrative style of journalism, apparently. From the day the first moon hoax article was released, sales of the paper shot up considerably. It was exciting stuff, and readers lapped it up. The only problem was that none of it was true. The Edinburgh Journal of Science had stopped publication years earlier, and Grant was a fictional character. The articles were most likely written by Richard Adams Locke, a Sun reporter educated at Cambridge University. Intended as satire, they were designed to poke fun at earlier serious speculations about extraterrestrial life, particularly those of Reverend Thomas Dick, a popular science writer who claimed in his best-selling books that the moon alone had 4.2 billion inhabitants. Well, on September 16, 1835, the Sin admitted the articles had been a hoax. People were generally amused by the whole thing, and the sales of the paper didn't even suffer. Hope you enjoyed this week's Bit of Real History with yours truly, Bushwhacker Bruce. Until next week, hey, always keep it real.
The Bat Boy of the 1800s.
That's
there we
right,
go.
Yeah. It's crazy.
All righty. Well, hey, we've got some time for some PSAs here, starting with Coastline Dance. They want folks to know that they meet regularly at the Del Norte Recreation Gym at 1009 H Street. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. They have a course for absolute beginners. And then from 11:15 to noon, they have their beginner dance. And then from noon to 1 p.m., they have their intermediate dance. And they do suggest a $2 donation. And if you need more info, you can contact Jean at 541-251-8998.
Gene, the dancing machine. There you go. Hey, well, that's it. We got the flying fickle figure of fate. It's time to close out this week's show. Before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to our fearless producers, Tony and Tom, for all their great work each week, helping us bring our show to the airwaves. And thank you all for tuning in to this week's Insider Report. And please make sure to tune in on a daily basis to KCIW 100.7 FM and catch all the fine shows they have to offer, including the show podcasts that have the Insider Report in there. Go figure. All you got to do is go to kciw.org and you can check out the live streaming that's there as well. Hey, most of the info for this week's show came from the Insider of Southern Oregon entertainment newspaper. You can read more by going to insiderofsouthernoregon.com, where you will also find a link to the Insider Report. Hey, until next week, this is Cousin Bruce Ellis.
And I'm Kat Liddell.
We're signing off, and please support local businesses, keep it real, and spread the love and the peace every chance you get. And hey,
we'll see you out there. Bam!
For music credits for the preceding show, go to kciw.org/credits.